What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. John with JDS Outdoors. Thanks for checking in. In today's episode, we're going to start finally laying out the Dream Jet hull. And before we do that, looks like I got something on the screen that I should wipe off. There, that's much better. And now we got some space in the garage. So, what's the plan? If you're new to the channel, and this is your first time checking out one of my videos, on this video series, we're building a jet boat. And we're putting a big engine in it. Well, I guess not a big engine, a decent engine. We're putting a 5.3 from a Chevy in it. And my last video I asked a question about how many episodes, if you guys wanted a few episodes or a bunch of content, a bunch of episodes with more detail, and it was pretty much unanimous. Everybody wants a lot of videos. So that is my plan. And I plan to do it with a few new toys, one of which I'm filming on right now, and then also a couple more GoPros so we can place them all around the messy shop here while we work. So as you can see, we got space now, so we can start laying out the boat. Yes, right there, that is a boat. It may not look like it right now, but I promise you it's a boat. You just got to see past the 4x10 sheets. The motor and the pump I have moved to different locations, one of which I put the important stuff like the pistons and the heads and the crankshaft, because I got to send the crankshaft out to get balanced and cleaned and stuff. We'll worry about the heads and stuff later. I just wanted to get it apart and get it clean so I can touch it without turning my hands into a pile of grease. And I wanted to get it out of the garage so we had space to do this. And I needed it for measurements. Needed to be able to take measurements of the block, how big it's going to be, so we know where to put the stringers when we build the boat. So that's why I got it right away and stripped it apart. So we have it. When we're ready to rebuild, it's ready to go. So let's start doing some stuff around here. Seems like the perfect day to do it, because currently we are under a blizzard warning. We're talking 7 to 11 inches. Some of you guys know how fun that is. But yeah, and high winds. So outside right now, it's been raining all morning. Getting a little windy, but it's starting to snow. And the lake's froze over. So it feels like a good day to work on the boat. I'm excited, a little nervous. So let me explain the plan here. Once again, those of you that are new, thanks for tuning in. And that's a boat. Soon. So here we go. The top sheets here are 1/8 inch, so that's going to be our transom and our sides. And currently we do not need those in our way. The bottom sheets are the bottom of the hull. That's 3/16 inch thick. Now the plan is, this garage is pretty much level. So I'm going to mock it up on the floor here, get it kind of tacked together. And once we get it tacked together, then we're going to build like a wood frame, kind of like this pallet, to go underneath it with wheels on it so we can move it around the shop. Thanks to our wonderful pandemic situation that we're in, this is all I could get for sheets. I wanted to try to get full length 20-foot long sheets so I have less seams in the boat. All I'm stuck with is these 4x10s, so we'll have to make them work. Not the biggest of issues, because this boat is not going to be like my mini jet was, which if you haven't seen the mini jet, feel free to check out Jet Boat 3.0 build series on my channel. There's a whole playlist for it. I think it's like 16 episodes, so feel free to check that out. That boat was built to jump and smash into stuff. and have fun smashing into stuff. This boat is going to be a river cruiser. The reason I'm going jet is because I do not like cruising the river, worrying about having some deadhead log, something under the water that you can't see. You're cruising along, all of a sudden, boom, you smash into it, rip off your lower unit. That's not my idea of a good time. My idea of a good time is just skimming over it. So that's why I'm going jet. This is not a jumping boat. This is a cruising boat. So having the whatever 4-piece bottom isn't ideal, but for the way this boat's going to be built and what it's for, not running whitewater, should be okay. Plus, the interior framework is going to be pretty stout. So I'm going to shut up now, and I'm going to put GoPros all over the place to get you guys more content. I'm going to start laying this hull out. Well, if that doesn't put it in perspective of what is about to happen, I'm not sure what will. That thing is massive. It pretty much goes from wall to wall on a 3-car garage. So make sure you stay tuned to the end of this video, because I did something kind of cool. If you follow Tiny Boat Nation at all on Facebook, or any of the main guys like Michael Lopez, Nate Eckold with Nate's Custom Boats, and or Fire Ant Fishing. If you follow any of those guys, or if you follow me, obviously, kind of do follow me since you're watching my video, which is appreciated, by the way. If you want to see something cool, make sure you stay tuned to the end of the video. Oh, I'm gonna get a few questions asking why I'm not building the motor or the engine up yet. I'm gonna wait on parts, and I need to wait to buy those parts because throughout this year I have given Uncle Sam a loan, interest-free, of course, of my money, and I'm waiting for them to give it back to me in the spring. So I plan to leave the aluminum leaning up against my garage door. However, it was making some funny noises, and apparently it doesn't like 1,000 pounds of aluminum leaning against it, so I had to lay it back down. But let's go ahead and get this transom designed and cut out. Alright, so here we have Fusion. We're going to draw up the transom. So right now we got to figure out how tall do we want the transom. I'm thinking maybe we'll do like 30-inch tall transom, which is what it's at now, and it's 78 inches wide at the bottom. Now the top, we need it to be 8 feet, but being that my table does exactly 8 feet, let's make it 7 foot 10 inches. So that means we need to come out 8 inches on the top. And that would give us 31-inch tall sides. So 8 inches at the top. Oh, messed that up. 31-inch tall sides. All right. So now we need to find the center of 78 inches, 39 inches. Typo 39. That'll put us a dot right in the middle there. The pump has an 8-degree angle on the bottom, and I would like the bottom of the boat to have a 10-degree, and we can feather the pump in. So if we come to this point, it'll tell us our degree right there. So what does that give us for a drop in the middle? We can measure from that point to that point. That's 6 inches. 6.87 inches. So how tall does that make our transom? I'm not sure if you can tell or not, but I am not using any plans. I am building this as I go. So that gives us from the bottom of the boat to the top of the transom 36.878 inches. Let's trim off all these extra lines. That's going to be a solid transom there, I think. With a 10-degree dead rise. Yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. But by the time you comment on this, we'll already have this cut out. So I still like to read and reply to your guys' comments. It's fun. It's fun to interact. So, all right, let's make this transom. 1/8 inch thick. So it's definitely going to use the full extent of my table. Well, it's loaded up in the cut computer, zeroed out. Let's see if the largest cut I've ever done works. Where we have the transom cut, there it is in comparison to a office chair. For size comparison, and next to a little welder. She's good sized. This thing is gonna be sweet. Plenty of storage with 31-inch tall sides, but that'll be nice. Be very, very nice. Plenty of room to mount the pump through the back and the transom bracket. But I wanted to get this cut before I cut the sides because I was off on my measurements. So this angle from here to here is longer than the 39 inches that we measured out. It's 39.5 inches. So We got to move this out. I'm probably going to do it about 3/4 of an inch. That'll give us a 1/4 inch overlap, so the sides will stick out just about a 1/4 inch. And then the transom, when we mount it on the back, we're going to have like a 1/2 inch or so lip that comes out the back. So give us plenty of room to get some strong weld in on both sides of the sides and the bottom. All right, so now that we got the transom cut and the bottom laid out, it's time to get serious. It's time to make the jig, or the cradle, that is going to hold the bottom of the boat. Once we get that built up, then we can finally get this cut out and start sliding the pieces of the bottom into the cradle, where they're going to remain until they, pretty much until the boat's done. I mean, we're going to have to take it out to flip it over, work on the bottom, stuff like that. But this is going to be what allows us to move the boat freely throughout the garage, so we can keep it as clean as possible and bring it outside so we can lift it up, flip it over, stuff like that. It's also going to help hold its shape, which is very important. So let's go ahead and bring the wood in so we can start building the cradle, get these sheets out of the way. Well, blizzard update. It's feels like 1 below 0. I'm in a t-shirt. Look at that. Let's go shovel some of this stuff. It's kind of miserable out here. Oh, it's nasty out. Oh yeah, hooked it nice. I think the shovel's 8 feet wide. Look at that. So I guess I better do another quick blizzard check, because it's over with. And it was pretty disappointing. I don't know why they even called it a blizzard in the first place, but all we had was a little bit of high winds and, I don't know, 4 to 8 inches of snow. Nothing too exciting. But the lake is looking cool today. Man, I'm gonna miss that view once I get a new shop. But yeah, the shovel worked pretty good. Clean up the yard. Shop dog Remy out enjoying the fresh snow. He got done making some snow angels earlier. One of his favorite things to do. All right, so got all the wood brought in. Time to start designing the cradle. And a little public service announcement. Depending on where you're at in the country, if you don't have to buy wood right now, don't. Because for one, it's kind of difficult to find. And two, if you do find it, it's pretty damn expensive. And three, it's expensive and it's not even good quality. I'm pretty sure right now it's easier to find a piece of straight wood at a gay bar than it is to find a straight 2x4 or 2x6. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And I don't know where you're at, but where I'm at, all the bars are closed. So that should be a hint. But let's get to it. All right, there we have it. Rolls around nice. Once you get some weight on there, hopefully it still rolls just as good. It's all notched out, ready to accept the metal. So that's the next step. Start cutting that up, put it in there. But you're gonna have to tune into episode 6 if you want to see that. So, as always, thanks for watching JDS Outdoors and enjoy this extra footage. Well, before we can keep going on the Dream Jet, we're gonna take a little road trip. We're gonna head down to a buddy's place down in Illinois. Nate Eckel, the owner of Nate's Custom Boats. Now, why this is kind of cool, if you follow Tiny Boat Nation at all on Facebook, there's a pretty big group of guys there, and a few of the originals that started the page are all at his shop, and we'll go down there, hang out with him, work on this boat for a guy. It's a 16-foot Crestliner. We're building it in 4 days. Now, I'm coming in on day 3, so I didn't get to see the start of it because I had to work and I don't get to play as much as I'd like, but that's all right. We're gonna head down there and check it out, see what they're doing. So we're already on the road. Let's take a look, see where we're at. I'll cut back in once I get to the shop. Heck yeah, we made it down here to Nate's Custom Boats and Accessories. Let's go check out the project they got going on inside. So first of all, I want to give a huge shout out to Nate's Custom Boats for allowing me to come down and film some of this adventure. This is a 4-day boat build on a 16-foot Crestliner boat. Now, the story of this boat is it's a guy by the name of John. He bought all the stuff from Nate's website on Tiny Boat Nation, and he brought the boat down to Illinois to get it all put together by some of the best tiny boat craftsmen in the U.S. Now, it was finally good to meet all these people. I've been friends with a good chunk of them on social media for many, many, many years, so it was fun to finally meet and help work out on the boat a little bit with them. It was definitely a fun experience. Now, I came in on day 3, so I didn't get to see the beginning of the boat, and I actually had to leave right before it ended. So if you want to see the full build-out on this boat, it's going to be on 2 channels. At the time of this release of this video, the whole build series isn't out yet. But right now, day 1 episode is out on Mike Lopez's channel, Tiny Boat Nation, on YouTube. And also, Fire Ant Fishing will have a special on it as well. Both of them you can find on YouTube, and feel free to check them out. But from here on out, enjoy the rest of the clips of the awesome wiring, the fine craftsmanship that went into building this boat. And here come the final pictures of what it turned out to be shortly after I left. Enjoy. And if you made it this far into my video, first of all, I want to say thank you for watching to the end. And here is a sneak peek at episode 6.